Good afternoon, Dr. Gary on the road. We sell dental practices nationwide. Today's topic is going to be, many sellers ask, what do I do with myself after I sell my dental practice? We'll talk about that today. Because many doctors, although they look forward to retirement, they start thinking 7 days retirement every week, golf 7 days, may not work. So we could talk about what's going on, the questions they have, and some alternatives. Anyway, so now we are, as you know, dental practice brokers nationwide. We're in 27 states, soon to be 28. I think we're expanding to Ohio next. And we have 10 employees, including 2 CPA accountants. We're one of the only brokers that have CPA accountants on staff. So please give us a call. I'll be more than happy to talk to you about that. Our contact information is 201-663-0935. And our web address is dentalpracticeguide.com or Nationwide Dental Practice Broker. But please give us a call. You can reach us from 7:30 a.m. East Coast time to approximately 9:30 p.m. East Coast time. Just ring us. We'll be happy to talk to you and go over all the other, go over the many opportunities that we have. The information you're about to hear is for is not for legal or business purposes. It's only for entertainment. If you're thinking about selling to a large DSO, and before I forget, we also give you free appraisals. Give you some kind of shortened version of appraisal, what it's worth. But if you are thinking about selling to a DSO and your practice is about 900, 1,000, million or more with multiple operatories, 5 operatories or more, a larger practice, DSOs are generally interested. They will often pay our commission, so there'll be no commission to you as the buyer, as the seller, and occasionally we can get legal fees reimbursed upon successful closing. So give us a ring about that. We'll talk to you about that. But we've done that before, and that saves you a lot of money. So let's talk about this. So now the doctor, male, female, whatever, is retiring, and they're asking the question, I'm going to have a lot of free time on my hands, quite a bit of free time. What am I going to do with all my free time? Some of them have an exit strategy. It sounds great initially, have all this free time, finally you're away from the chair. But it doesn't, all of a sudden you have too much free time. Sometimes it leads to arguments with the spouse because you're home too much. You can't play golf 7 days a week, you'll get tired of it. Or tennis 7 days a week, whatever. And if you don't have that outside interest, it could get boring, and some of them want to go back to dentistry. There are so many fields you can go into, and some of them you'll never know what you could do or what the options to you until you get out there and let your mind run free. Now, hopefully you'll get into your own private business that you have low overhead, some type of consulting thing or something where you have minimal, you don't need an office, your overhead is low, and maybe very few employees, and they can work remotely. That could work. So call us. We'll talk to you about some different ideas. But here's one that just struck me the other day. I'm in the supermarket. I happen to love milkshakes. Puts the weight on, but I love them. I don't drink them too often. I've never seen a frozen milkshake to go in a supermarket. Now, it may have been there, but I've never noticed it all these years. And I always walk past the ice cream aisle, checking things out. I'm trying to lose weight, so I don't buy it that often. But yesterday, I was coming back from Pennsylvania, and we just got 2 new offices in Bucks County for sale in Pennsylvania. You don't have many of those at all. Very hard to get Bucks County in Pennsylvania. We just got 2 of them, both grossing over 800 or thereabouts. So I'm in the supermarket, and I go down the aisle, and I see frozen milkshakes. One of the manufacturers have it. We don't promote anybody, so I'm not saying which one, but you'll find it. They have these frozen milkshakes, 6 in a pack, and it's in a silver foil with a twist stop to it. It says you take it out of the package, put it on the countertop, and in about 3 or 4 minutes, you can squeeze it out and eat it. It was, it was pretty good. I admit I had one of them or more. But whatever, I've never seen this. I'm just saying to you, there's so many opportunities. Why all these years have passed, and I've never seen a frozen yogurt off the shelf. And if there was, it wasn't displayed very properly because I've never seen it. And this one company, who you're familiar with the brand, it's right there. It's a box full of them. And I'm just saying there's other areas, bread, software, giftware, clothing wear, mechanical, anything that you can come up with. And all these years, no one had a frozen milkshake you could take in your hand and just defrost by itself, whatever, and by just sitting on your countertop, and you have a milkshake ready to go, and a whole pack of 6 of them. I mean, maybe if you had this concept, you could sell it on the company. Why all the other ice cream companies, nobody ever came up with it? And if they did, I've never seen it, and I've walked down that aisle many times. This just came out, and I immediately saw it, and I bought it. So I thought it was great. I'm just saying that's just food product. I'm saying you could be a dental tool. It could be a legal document you want to create. It could be a book that you want to write. It could be a pamphlet. It could be so many different things. And I'm asking you to think about it because it might be something that you could really be very productive on. Look at Post-it notes, right? The sticky notes. The story behind that, I believe he was in the choir and he needed something to hold up the papers. He just came up with some glue to hold the paper. That's removable. But you can come up with this also. You as a dentist have the knowledge, the thought, the wherewithal, the mind, the imagination. So there are things that you won't know what to do until you get out there retired. And then it will come to you. I'm not retired yet, but I saw this. It caught my eye. I'm like, why didn't I think of that a long time ago? And there's other items like that. What about the beach umbrellas? For so many years, beach umbrellas would get pulled out of the ground due to the wind. Finally, somebody came up with the spiral corkscrew at the end of the beach umbrella pole. You could have thought that, made a fortune on that. Why didn't anybody else think about it 30 years ago? It wasn't until the last 5 years that somebody came up with the idea. So your mind, once your mind is free, you can begin thinking about these things. Also, you can go into some kind of consulting business. I mean, there's so many things you could do being self-employed, low overhead, work it out of your home. You don't need an office. So think about that, and we'll talk about that again. Signing off now. Great seeing you guys. Goodbye now.